Hey guys, what is up? I am Sleeping Knight 77 aka Kyle, and welcome to my trick room. This week is week number 1 of the APA Wi-Fi Draft League Season 3, and we are playing GeneralTarheel and his Charlotte Charizards. And as you can see on the screen, he has a Landorus T, so we're already in for a good matchup, because I hate playing Lando T. My team is Mega Pidgeot, Manaphy, Necrozma, Tyrantrum, Dugtrio, and Jolteon as he is bringing the Lando T, the Electros, Toxapex, Togekiss, Charizard, Mega X, my apologies, and the Piloswine. So, we have kind of a, we had Hurricane spam, Bird spam, and then we have Tail Glow with Manaphy. We got Autotomize with Heat Wave and Photon Cannon and Poison Gem, sorry, Power Gem, the rock one, for Charizard. Tyrantrum is Dragon Dance, Rocky MZ with Head Smash. Dugtrio is Trap with Rocks, so it does have Stealth Rocks, Focus Sash. It's got Sucker Punch, Earthquake, and Stone Edge. And the Jolteon is Expert Belt with HP Ice, Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, and I forget the 4th move that is on it. But without any further ado, guys, we are just going to hop right into the match. I knew that this was going to be a tough match because I hate going against Lando T. And as you can see, he obviously leads it. He goes Lando T against my Stone Edge Incorporated, which is the Mega Pidgeot, right off the bat. So at this point, literally, I was predicting Scarf. I've been predicting Scarf all day, even before the match, and this just kind of confirmed it for me. I wanted to, I clicked U-turn. I felt that I was going to find out he was Scarfed either way, so if I clicked U-turn, then I get momentum a little bit. If he kills me, that's fine, I think, because the Mega Pidgeot did help a little bit, but I also know that this thing's Scarfed, so I can send in my Tyrantrum and try and set up a little bit. But knowing that he's Scarf, I know that I need to get up to +2 speed in order to outspeed the Landorus or anything else that is Scarfed. So I do send that Tyrantrum, I do Dragon Dance here, and now I'm like, well, there's nothing that this Electros can do. I'm just going to set up another Dragon Dance, and there is something that he can do that I completely forgot about, and it's Dragon Tail. So he does hit. I do get phased out, unfortunately, but I do reveal the Dragon Dance. He does send out, he does drag out his, my Manaphy here, which is a little unfortunate because now I'm kind of forced to go into the Jolteon here. Because what else am I going to go into? He sees, knocks off my Expert Belt, but he can't really do too much else, so he is going to go into Toxic was my other move, because in case I wanted to wear stuff down, because I didn't really need a 4th move this week. But anyway, so I would decide to click Toxic there. I do Toxic his Piloswine, which is going to be very, very nice, and now I need to switch out. Whether he clicks Stealth Rocks or not, that's completely fine. I do send out the Manaphy here, and he does click Stealth Rocks, which is fine. And now I'm thinking, cool, maybe he's going to switch out. Maybe I get a little bit of momentum on this Toxic. With this Toxic, I can Tail Glow a little bit, and I'm wrong again because it turns out that Piloswine gets Roar. So that's 2 things that I didn't expect. Probably honestly had Whirlwind on Togekiss too, but I didn't. I don't know. But so I'm forced into Dugtrio here. I'm obviously switching out again, which is the 2nd time that I'm forced to switch out. I do switch out into Manaphy here, and he does just go for the Earthquake, which is the right play. Honestly, Ice Sharding there, Ice Moving there would have been a bad move, and it was a Dugtrio, so it didn't really matter too much. if he hit me for super effective damage or not. It was still going to do a chunk, especially as a Pilot Swine. But he does withdraw here. I just kind of went for the Scald, because I wanted to test to see if this Electros was with Assault Vest, and yeah, it's Assault Vest, but I don't get a burn. So I don't get to wear this thing down. That kind of sucked. But especially with that damage, that is definitely Assault Vest damage. So I didn't want to set up and then not kill anything. But I do send out the Jolteon here, as he is going to U-turn. And he is just going to U-turn right into Lando T, which he had no other option really. I mean, he could have switched into a bunch of other stuff, but Lando T was the obvious play here. So I don't see a purpose to keep Jolteon at this point. He is just going to Earthquake me to death, and that is completely fine. But it does allow me to send out my Necrozma and try and get back into this match, because if there's one Pokemon that is going to be able to do that currently, it's the one that's at full health, and that is Necrozma. He didn't want to risk like HP Ice or anything, but I do Autotomize here. So he just wanted to phase me out with Electros, kind of the play here. But if I have Calm Mind here, then I click it on Charizard. That comes in next, but I do Photon Geyser here to just kill this. Pilot Swine. So that is such a cool looking move, Photon Geyser. So I'm kind of happy that I get to use it a lot this season. But I do get recovery, and I'm essentially back up to full. And he does send out Roku, which is the Charizard. So had I set up rocks with Dugtrio maybe a little bit earlier, this would have been a different play. But he does send out the Charizard. It doesn't take any damage. Power Gem does about 3/4 to it, and that is not enough. If I have Calm Mind, I definitely click it there, as opposed to against the Pilot Swine. But I was also risking Dragon Dance too. So but he does realize that I'm Autotomized, and I am going to probably outspeed even a Charizard at +1, as I did IV for that. So I do restore a little HP, and he does send out the Electros here. Now at +1, even at +1, I believe, I wouldn't have killed this Electros, so this play didn't really matter too much. I mean, look at that. That is definitely Assault Vest damage, and he does Dragon Tail, and he does hit, so he hits 2 Dragon Tails on me and phases me out twice. At this point, I'm kind of like, well, whatever this thing wants to do, I'm kind of forced to do what it wants, so I do Stone Edge here, and it doesn't kill, so he's just going to Dragon Tail me back out into the Necrozma. And I am able to kill the Electros, but what this does mean for me is that his Lando T comes in and essentially wins, because even for this brief moment I have a 4-3 lead, but Lando T just comes in because all 3 of my Pokemon, I have a Pokemon at 40 health, a Pokemon at 50 health, and a weak Pokemon that's at like 113 health, so, and there's Stealth Rocks on the field, so Lando T just comes in and EQ spams and wins, and we do take a 3-0 loss to the Charlotte Charizards. A very good game to Ben, aka GeneralTarheel. It was very fun to play him. I knew it was going to be a tough match. Lando T was always tough to prep for, especially for my teams, which inherently have a ground weakness at all times for some reason that I don't realize until after the draft. But unfortunately, like I said, I do lose to GeneralTarheel, and I do start off the season 0-1. Next week does not get any easier. We are playing Panther 2 and the Carolina Clefables, as the rest of the match does play out here. He is a very tough opponent. I did, last time I played him in APA, I did get 6-0'd by him because I didn't have a Dark type, and he swept me with Behemoth, which is something, admittedly, that I don't which is something that I don't like to admit all the time, but again, it does happen if you prep very well, and he does prep very well. So I get swept 6-0 by a Behemoth that with a Magirna and a Manaphy on my team. So, you know, he preps very well, and it's going to be a tough match. So I am looking forward to it, though. That match will be posted next week. And I hope you guys did enjoy this match. If you guys did enjoy the match, please go show GeneralTarheel some love. He's a very cool dude, and I do actually gen for him like every week. So I'm happy to do stuff like that for people who are nice, especially in the league like this where everyone's so sweet and nice. So until next time, guys. I am Sleeping Knight 77, coach of your Montreal 2 Canadians, and I am going to go to sleep. Good night.